We have Trick Arrow. Trick Arrow is... I'll say it's a good power set. I'll say it's a good power set because, number one, I think it's a little bit too underrated. Number two, it's a little bit too underplayed. Number three, not very many people like playing around with a bow and arrow, but Trick Arrow has great sort of debuffs, lots of utility with just all the different types of arrows. Acid arrow is great. Glue arrow is very great. Oil slick arrow, it puts an oil slick down and you can light that arrow on fire, which is really cool, which will do extra damage. Trick Arrow is cool. It's good. A little bit underused, a little bit underappreciated. Not too much special about it. I think that's why it's not really used too often. But I like it, and that's all I really have to say about Trick Arrow. We're gonna move on really fast now. I'm gonna go back a couple to Defender Primaries. This is probably gonna be. I'm probably gonna split this up into 2 videos because I'm rambling on about crap, but hopefully you guys don't mind that too much. Defender Primary sets, as you notice, they look a lot like the Controller Secondary sets. What do you know? There's only a couple differences, and one of the differences is that you cannot have thermal as a Defender Primary. You can only have it as a Controller Secondary. For now. They might proliferate that into Defender Primaries too, eventually. But for now, that is not the case. If anything, the only differences between all the similar sets that are found between Controller Secondaries and Defender Primaries is that all the buffs and all the heals that Defender Primary sets have are more effective than all the buffs and heals of Controller Secondaries. But we're going to go with Dark Miasma because Dark Miasma is not found as a Controller Secondary because it has a pet at its tier 9. But other than that, Dark Miasma is really cool. It's got a resurrection power that's based off of, you target it on an enemy, but you can res more than one person with this resurrection power. In fact, I've seen like 8-10 people get resurrected with this power, and it's really amazing because it's the only power that you can resurrect multiple people with. A lot of these powers are based. A lot of the dark powers are based off of using enemies, I should say, like Howling Twilight needs an enemy to be near to use it. Twilight Grasp, which is a heal, needs an enemy to be near to use it. Other than that, there's not too much special about Dark. I like Dark because it has good debuffs. It has a decent stealth power. I'm not thinking right now. It's got a good heal. It's got a really, really cool resurrection power. I don't have too much experience with Dark Miasma, but Dark Miasma is good if you wanted to roll something with dark powers. Moving on, we've already gone through all these all the way up into last. We got Traps. Traps is something that was recently proliferated to Defenders, I believe. It is also a Blaster Secondary, if I remember correctly. It's got pretty much all the same powers, actually. The Blaster Secondary would be Devices, but it's got a lot of the same powers like Trip Mine and Time Bomb, and it's probably one of the more offensive defensive Defender Primaries, but Defenders don't really do that great damage. I know there's some people that will disagree with me, that they'll say, hey, I rolled an Offender though, which is supposed to be the more damage-oriented Defender, but I'm like, you know, you do what you want, I will out-damage you with almost anything else any day of the week. But in any case, Traps, not too much to say about it. It's got like a piece of every other defender primary, like force field generator. It's like having dispersion bubble from force field. Triage beacon. It's kind of like having regeneration aura, but it'll stay along longer. Acid mortar is like having acid arrow from trick arrow. There's not too much else I need to say about traps. Try it out. I mean, you can play it for a few levels. If you don't like it, oh well. In any case, that is going to be it for this video. Next time, I'm going to be going over Defender Secondaries. There's not too much different from this Defender Secondaries as far as Defender Secondaries and Blaster Primaries, so I also might fit in might go into Scrappers in the next video as well. So click on the subscribe button if you're liking what you're seeing in these videos. Please leave comments, questions, and video responses, whatever. I'm always open to anything, constructive criticism. This is Elpreet signing off, and thanks for watching.